In 1783, a French warship called Le Dragon was sunk off the north coast of the Dominican Republic. Recent evidence suggests that this ship was originally called the Washington, named after General George Washington of the Continental Army. I'm Jared Adamo.
And I'm Connor Griziak, and we'd love your help in allowing us to join a special maritime archaeological team in July 2018. Under the direction of ADMAT, we will continue to unravel the story and mysteries of Le Dragon. And if we're lucky, even find the figurehead of George Washington himself.
It's going to be pretty expensive though. And we've both had some things happen in our personal lives recently that mean the impact on our families is going to be a lot more intense. But we really believe in this cause, and this is a great opportunity to be involved in some history-revealing archaeology. And we really appreciate your support in helping us to get there.
We also need to invest in some basic but quality scuba gear, as well as video and photography equipment. And your contributions will go a long way in allowing us to capture the forensic investigation of this historic wreck in all of its detailed grit and glory. But first, here's what we know about the story so far.
The American Revolution wasn't going particularly well, and America's freedom hung in the balance. Seeing a chance to tilt that balance by tying up the British fleet and troops in the Caribbean, the King of France dispatched a spy aboard Le Dragon with special instructions to the governor of the Dominican Republic to invade the British salt mines at Turks and Caicos.
The English caught wind of this spy without knowing the full plans, and instructed Admiral Hood and his fleet of 18 ships of the line, the most powerful fleet at this time in the Caribbean, to blockade and capture Le Dragon.
Le Dragon, a mere 20-gun corvette, was under the command of Chevalier de Lespine, the French officer who actually led the boarding party that assaulted and captured Le Dragon a couple of years earlier from the British, who had originally captured her from the Americans.
After crossing the Atlantic, Le Dragon was spotted by the English fleet, but for 2 days and nights, Lespine outsailed Hood's fleet, navigating the coral reefs off the coast of the Dominican Republic and frantically looking for a place to get the spy ashore.
On the third day, he was successful, and in a stunning example of seamanship, brought Le Dragon within meters of the reef on either side and deliberately beached her at modern-day Bonombre. The English, thinking the fight was over, jumped into their longboats and headed in to accept the French's evident surrender.
Not interested in complying with their brazen assumptions, Lespine commanded his bow chasers, the cannons on the front of his small ship, to be placed on the back where they began firing on the English longboats.
Unwilling to face the fury of his guns, the English retreated to their ships and proceeded to bombard Le Dragon where she stood. In a feat further to his credit, Lespine evacuated all of his men, not losing a single one, but then had to make a grim and sad decision.
Unwilling that the ship, which he had personally taken in combat from the English, should fall back into the enemy's hands, and having done all that the honor of war required, Lespine chose to set charges in Le Dragon.
Upon seeing the ship destroyed, the English gave up pursuit. The French got their orders through to the governor, and Le Dragon sunk in shallow water, covered by sands and thyme, until modern reports of cannon and timbers off Bonombre Beach led to her rediscovery, and this incredible story came to light.
This is thanks to ADMAT, a non-profit educational and scientific organization. They are dedicated to preserving maritime cultural history by educating governments, institutions, and maritime archaeologists around the globe.
They conducted the initial survey of the newly found wreck 18 years ago in the hopes that they could identify its unique history. And through strict scientific and forensic research, the mysteries surrounding the buried ship were gradually solved, and Le Dragon's incredible legacy was revealed.
It was further discovered that Le Dragon was originally built in Boston in 1776, possibly the first ship built in the Continental Navy, and named after America's most respected general at the time, George Washington.
Now that the wreck is identified, this expedition will be the first real major operation to uncover the full extent of the vessel. We will be searching the wreck site for cannon, surveying the timber and hull to understand the ship's dimensions and design, and retrieving historically poignant artifacts for forensic analysis and preservation. By all accounts, the figurehead of Washington was retained and is still somewhere amongst the wreck to this day. We can't promise anything, but if we're super lucky, we may even find it.
This is some incredible history, and like AdMat, we strongly believe that this history needs to be found, uncovered, understood, and preserved for the future generations, and also in respect to the great individuals who lived out these stories.
We really want to make you part of this adventure with us though, so we'll be keeping you updated on our Twitter and Instagram feeds, as well as an email list that you can sign up for.
We'll let you know straight away when this media is cleared and ready to be distributed publicly, and you'll be among the first to see our findings and how this operation unfolds.
Whatever you contribute will be split between us evenly and used specifically for this operation. We're still going to be digging deep on our own, but with your help we can do so much and share it with you guys in some really exciting ways. And anything that goes beyond our goal, we're going to be giving to AdMat to help with their current and future operations.
Thank you ahead of time, and we look forward to your help as together we uncover and explore the exciting history of Washington and Le Dragon.
Please donate as soon as possible. We need to make the most of every dollar and accurately plan to include you in this adventure.